Usually if you meet with the CEOs and the startup founders in Bangalore, they tell that every idea should be able to be conveyed in a single sentence. But in a positive way, Bruhat actually emulates multiple meaningful dialogues and messages, because everybody can make something subjectively about Bruhat. So what is Bruhat according to you?
Okay, all right. Now it's a good place to begin, and I'm a bit familiar with that world of startups and one lines and Y combinators, X meets Y. I've mentioned this before. The one thing that Bruhat differs from from a typical startup kind of constitution is that in a startup world you'll not get funding if you need more than one miracle. Brihat is multiple miracles all the time, so we were never definitely not going to be funded by Y Combinator if we had to pitch it there. So the work that we do is in three interlinked areas, Sharon: cultural storytelling, policy research based on Indian knowledge systems, and investment in people, or what we call civilizational leadership. And we don't look at these three things as disparate, distinct units. We see a strong connection there. In fact, there is a strong turn in public policy towards culture and evolutionary sciences. And this is not just coming from the Indian perspective. There's a lot of academic literature coming from the West as well on this. So we look at cultural storytelling, which gives stories of meaning, of metaphors that people can anchor on, and a way for us to understand where we belong and why we belong there, and how that intersects and interacts with policy, and how policy making should in fact be grounded there. It should be about identity. It should be about reinforcing the cultural attitudes that your civilization has, and how do we bring these things together. That's the imagination that we have at Brihat. But none of these things are going to be possible without the active agency of empowered individuals. That is what we mean by leadership development. And in the Bharatiya imagination, it is always about embodied consciousness. It is about the strength of your sankalpa. So when we say civilizational leadership, we are talking about the conviction, both the moral conviction and the intellectual conviction that we need to generate in our people about our culture. So these are the three areas of our work.